I did really well in school, in like academics and everything, but I didn't really have a passion for that. When I went to when I was in high school and stuff, when I went to like choir or I did theater, I was able to express myself and connect to parts of myself that I couldn't do through just words or through writing things down, and I was always a terrible artist. So music was always my way of finding self-expression. And I think we have words for like emotions and stuff, but there are some feelings and some states of being that I don't really think that we can put a name to, that we have words to, and through music I think I'm able to connect to those. So it's always been a really important part of my life. It's become not just like part of my life, but possibly going to be my livelihood. So it'll always hold like a special place in my heart. I'm Alexandra Cota, and my major is music with an emphasis on vocal performance. I am from Fresno. I went to Clovis North. I grew up pretty much in the same house my entire life, so I have always lived in Fresno. This is my senior year at Fresno State. This is the only college I've come to. I came here straight out of high school, and I'm about to graduate, and I'm really excited. I'm a SMIC camp student, so when I came in here, I had gotten that, and it's been really impactful for me because not only is financially it's helpful, but also being around other SMIC camp students and the professors that we get to work with has been really special for me. I've also done quite a few vocal competitions. I was accepted into the second round of classical singer my sophomore and junior year, and also this year I've done art song festival since I was a freshman. I've premiered a couple compositions. I got into the finals my sophomore and junior year, so that was really exciting. Also, the composition that I premiered this year ended up winning Audience Choice, so that was really special. Currently, my plans are I'm gonna get a master's here. I am planning to pursue my master's in vocal performance, so I'll probably be here for another 2 years or so. And after that, I'm probably going to work for a couple years, so I'm going to try to begin a performance career in either choral ensembles or operatic ensembles. Eventually, I'd like to get a doctorate. So I have 2 jobs currently. My main job is I work as a tutor. I clean an office on the weekends, so I do that pretty much every week. I've done quite a bit of community service while I'm here. We have a lot of opportunities through SMIC camp, so I work with a lot of organizations, but I know a couple of the bigger name ones is I've volunteered for American Heart Association and the Marjorie Mason Center. This year, actually, in December, my mom, she works with the Marjorie Mason Center sometimes, and she asked me to put together an octet to sing for their Christmas party, and that was something I did, and that was really special to get to do that. So that was one of my favorite kind of experiences with community service. I volunteer for a lot of the music stuff because we have we have audition days as well as all of the choral festivals that we hold here. I usually volunteer for those. I recently did my senior recital, and that was a really special thing for me. I had 2 duets with one of my friends, Gino, and then I had a duet with my little brother. I got to have my family there, and they finally got to see what I was working on. They're like, what do you do as a music major? I was like, this is what I do as a music major. I went to Italy this summer, and I stayed in Salerno, which is in the southern parts near the Boot part, and that was also really special for me. It was my first time ever being abroad, and it was a little scary because I obviously am not fluent in Italian. I had learned some beforehand, but I remember from the beginning to the trip to the end, not only did I got to absorb so many parts of a new culture that I wasn't used to, and I feel I learned to be very open-minded, and I learned that a lot of things that we consider normal or abnormal come down to culture, and that there's always value in appreciating people that have come from a different life than you and come from a different place than you. Obviously, I need to thank like everyone in the music department, but especially like Dr. Briggs, she's been my professor since I was a freshman. She's my personal voice teacher. Dr. Radford, who I've also worked with, and he's helped me kind of explore a different part of my voice. Also Dr. Earnhardt, because she was the person that inspired me to come here. When I was very young, I would think it was in high school, when I was in 15 or 16 when I met her, and she very much like inspired me, was one of the people that inspired me to go into voice and music. I need to thank my family. They put up with a lot from me, especially my mom. My mom is, I don't even know if I would be here today if not for my mom. And my little brother, Eric. It's been a really special thing having him this year. He sung with me in my recital, and that moved my heart a little bit. It was really, really very, very special for me. So it's hard, like, honestly, to think of who do I not thank, because everyone in my life has been so important to me.